Welcome back to FitLab. You rack the bar after your last set of squats. Your legs are trembling. Not sore yet, just shaking, like they belong to someone else. You grab the rail to walk down the stairs, and your knees wobble on every single step. But the real answer is far stranger than you think. Most lifters assume the shaking means their muscles are simply exhausted, empty, out of gas. That explanation feels right. It is also incomplete. What's actually happening starts in your nervous system, not your muscles. Every time you contract your quads, your brain sends an electrical signal down a motor neuron, a nerve cell that tells muscle fibers when to fire. Under heavy load, your brain has to recruit those signals faster and faster to keep the weight moving. Researchers at the University of Oregon studying neuromuscular fatigue found that after high-intensity resistance work, the signal itself becomes unstable. It doesn't fire in a smooth, even rhythm anymore. It fires in short, uneven bursts. Your legs shake because your nervous system is stuttering, not because your muscles have nothing left. Why would your brain do that on purpose? Because your body has a built-in safety switch. A physiologist named Timothy Noakes proposed something called the central governor theory, the idea that your brain regulates effort before your muscles are ever truly out of fuel. It holds something back. It throttles the signal so you never fully drain the system, the same way a car's rev limiter kicks in before the engine blows. That trembling in your legs after squats isn't weakness. It's your brain protecting you from yourself. But there's a second piece to this. Underneath the nervous system's stutter, real damage is happening at the cellular level. Heavy squats create microscopic tears in your muscle fibers, tiny breaks along the protein strands that let your muscles contract. This is called hypertrophy-related microtrauma, and it's a normal, necessary part of getting stronger. Your body responds by flooding the area with calcium, which your muscles need to contract properly. But after failure, calcium regulation gets sloppy. It leaks into places it shouldn't, disrupting the clean signal your nerve is trying to send. Shaky legs are the visible result of a very small chemical mess happening inside your quads. Here's the part almost nobody talks about. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology tracked lifters performing squats to failure and found that the shaking, technically called physiological tremor, actually predicts how much muscle growth stimulus you achieved. More tremor was correlated with greater motor unit fatigue, meaning you recruited more of your available muscle fibers before your brain pulled the plug. In other words, the wobble in your legs might be one of the clearest signs that the set actually worked. So why does it stop after a minute or two, but soreness doesn't show up until the next day? Different timelines, different systems. The tremor fades fast because it's electrical. Once your motor neurons recover their firing rhythm, usually within a few minutes, the shaking disappears. Soreness works on a completely different clock. Delayed onset muscle soreness, the stiffness you feel a day or two later, comes from inflammation and the repair process, not from the tremor itself. Your immune system sends white blood cells to the microtears to begin rebuilding the fibers stronger than before. That process takes 24 to 72 hours to fully ramp up. The shaking is your nervous system in real time. The soreness is your immune system catching up days later. This is also why elite lifters often shake less over time, even under heavier loads. Their motor neurons become more efficient through a process called neural adaptation, meaning the brain-to-muscle signal gets cleaner and more coordinated with training experience. The muscle isn't necessarily stronger yet. The wiring is. This is part of why beginners see rapid strength gains in the first few months, without much visible muscle growth. They're not building bigger legs. They're building a better connection to the ones they already have. None of this means you should chase the shake on purpose. Training to complete failure on every set adds enormous neural fatigue, and researchers studying resistance training volume have found that stopping 1 or 2 reps short of failure produces nearly identical strength and hypertrophy results with far less nervous system cost. The wobble is a sign your set was effective. It isn't a requirement for every set to end that way. So the next time you rack the bar and your legs start trembling on the walk to grab your water bottle, you'll know what's really going on. It isn't your muscles giving up. It's your brain pulling back the throttle, your calcium signaling getting messy, and your nervous system working overtime to protect a body it just pushed to its edge. Your legs aren't broken. They're recalibrating. That's it for today's deep dive. Hit subscribe for more science-backed breakdowns right here on FitLab, and drop a comment letting us know what topic you want explained next. We'll see you in the next one.